Hey everybody. This is more of a couple of little stories that if these walls could talk, geez, I'd be in serious trouble, that's for sure. The old house, when I remember the old house, I got married in the old house, so it was kind of the beginning of the end for me. And I can remember coming here and one of the first, unfortunately when I came here, some of the Irish boys had been in a car crash and got killed, and it was kind of a sad beginning. We went to a funeral, but the night after the funeral I met Alice Paul in the old house, and I told Alice this story already this weekend, so I'm in the clear. And Alice said to me, did I know a Mary Malone from Athy? And I said, yeah, I know Mary Malone. I said, her son and my brother are best friends at school. And so that was enough to get an invitation to dinner up to Alice's place. So a few days later, Brendan came down and picked me up at the hotel, and I went up to Alice's and we were sitting down to have dinner, and she put up a bowl of pumpkin soup. Now, I'd never had pumpkin soup before, so I didn't know what it was like, and I put the first spoonful in my mouth, and it was the most god-awful taste I'd ever put. And being a good Irish boy and having manners that my mom always told me, no matter what somebody puts up to you, make sure you eat it. And I'm thinking, how am I going to get this whole bowl of soup into me without offending the cook? So I proceeded to gulp. I was horsing it in a glass of water, and I was horsing it in. And I got through the bowl anyway, and I was very proud of myself. And Alice said, Jesus, you enjoyed that? And I said, oh no, it was beautiful. I'd never had it before, but it was beautiful. She said, you'll have another one. And I said, oh no, look, and I said, well, if we're going to have dinner, I know it'll be a wee while before dinner, and another plate of pumpkin soup landed in front of me. And I managed to get that into me as well, and I did a real good job that night. And actually now, pumpkin soup is my favourite soup, so thanks Alice for that. One of the other things, I rang Veronica, my wife, this morning, and she said, how's it going at the Irish Club? And I said, oh, very well, darling. And she said, I suppose you've been there every night since you went over? I said, yeah. And she said, I suppose you'd be the last one leaving? I said, yeah. She said, well, nothing has changed. She said, you always seem to be the last one to leave the Hutt Irish Club. I said, the only thing is missing is the pool table, so that I could have a sleep on. But some of the characters that have passed or been through the club when I was here, and I was only here for 7 years, it seems so short now, but those 7 years are everlasting memories, and it's been great catching up with some of the people that were here before me and that are here since, and like the Snapper, catching up with Snapper again. We've had a few sessions in the old house with the Hutt Maris boys. I remember we left here one night, and those of you who might remember Scotty, Steve Miller, he came to stay with us for 2 weeks and ended up staying with us for 2 years. Such as Veronica's cooking and looking after him like a baby. She'd even get involved in our arguments. Like she'd take his side and he'd take her side. So it was an Irishman against an Irish woman and a Scotsman. It got fairly. We actually played a game of squash one night, and I arrived home and Veronica said, "Where's Scotty?" I said, "The cheating little bastard is still down in the squash club." She said, "What do you mean?" "Oh," I said, "I hit him in the back with the ball and he got all upset." And she said, "So you just left him there?" I said, "Yeah." So she headed down and brought him back home. And neither of them were talking to me for a week. But we left the Irish Club one night anyway, and there was a whole load of clothes scattered all over the driveway, out in the car park. And we're walking out and Scotty's going, "Look at this, what's this, all these clothes in the car park?" And the next minute he goes, "That looks like my t-shirt. They look like my trousers." He goes, "Jesus, these are all my clothes. What are they doing?" And what had happened was there was another guy who used to come down here and play cards, the dog Mitchell. And the boys played a joke on the dog when he was at work one day. They put a goat into his bedroom, and you can imagine what the goat did. So anyway, Brian came up to our house and he said to Veronica, "Can I have the keys to Steve's room? I need to get something for him." And he proceeded to take all his clothes and dump them in the car park of the Irish Club. So we had a few good times here, and one of Nora Walsh I used to come down here on a Sunday night to play the cards with Nora Walsh. And any of you who remember Tommy Gleeson, the mad little Galway man, living in Sydney. My mouth is bad, and I'm sorry if I've sworn already because I don't even know I'm doing it. But Tommy would take the cake for swearing. But we're playing cards one night, euchre, and we're playing away, and the next minute Tommy hit the table a kick. He said, "You cheating old bitch." And Nora looked at him and said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Tommy, apologise to this woman." "I will not. She's a cheating old bitch." And I said, "Oh, Tommy, I think I'm going to have to step outside with you and sort this out." And Nora said, "No, he's all right. I think I might have slipped one," she said. So yeah, that was nice.
The night you were playing ukulele.
Eh?
The night you were playing ukulele with a crowd of us,
Yeah.
and you both ran out of money. You and
I was just about to tell a story of the keys to my Toyota Corolla that I bought off Nancy Cahill's daughter. We ran out of money, and I thought to myself, God, I'm in dire straits here, and I put the keys of the Toyota Corolla on the table. And thankfully, I don't know whether Anne and Eileen Kelly and a few of them were good to me that night, but I got the tricks I needed to keep the car anyway, and, which is just as well, because I couldn't face Veronica going home and saying, because it wasn't my car, it was hers. I've lost your car. All right, so I've been clocked out. It's time up. But look, thanks very much for the memories, and thanks very much to everybody who has anything to do with this club here. It's as Shelley said, it's a home away from home from a lot of us, and I'll probably be heading straight from the airport from here tomorrow morning. Who knows? If tradition is anything to go by, that's what'll happen. So, just one more story. When I used to be down here on coming near Christmas, Maureen Walsh, used to be on watch for Veronica, and Veronica said to her, if you see him talking to a stranger, can you go over and tell that stranger that they're not invited to Christmas dinner? She said, because one year we had 25 people coming for Christmas dinner at our place. So she said, so Maureen used to run over and say, if Mick has invited you for Christmas dinner, it's a mistake. You can come around Christmas night, but you can't come for Christmas dinner. So, all right, thanks very much.